Some Pokemon really do not like each other. They see a different color, they're like, rah. They will get into fights to the death just by simply seeing each other. And I think it's reasonable. Something tries to eat you, maybe you don't like that thing. No, honestly, that's pretty hateful. Some might even say racist. I sifted through over 4,000 Pokedex entries to find the most racist Pokemon of all time. I was able to whittle it down to these 32, and we're gonna rank them. We're gonna start off with Butterfree. Yo, check it. We will not be including Prevos because you aren't born terrible, and edgy teens are just gonna be edgy teens. We don't care about the first half. It has heated battles, to fly for territory. I'm gonna put Butterfree in B tier. It's territorial disputes. It's not like they're seeking each other out. Pidgeot, we're gonna throw in A tier because Pidgeot specifically seeking out Magikarp in the Pokedex entries, and I don't think it's very cool. We're gonna throw Parasect in B tier. Parasect is just doing territorial disputes with Genetic. Nothing really too crazy. We're throwing Dugong in A tier. It does eat more than just Wishy-Washy, but it specifically likes Wishy-Washy a lot. Next is Marowak. Marowak has some generational grudges against Mandibuzz, and I think it's reasonable. Something tries to eat you, maybe you don't like that thing. So we're gonna throw Marowak in the S tier. One of the entries reads something like, it throws bones at Mandibuzz, specifically because it's like trying to get revenge for its parents. Pinsir does territorial disputes with Vikavolt, so we're gonna throw you in B tier. I'm sorry, in A tier for apparently, because apparently it crushes the shells of Shelter and just sucks up his insides, apparently. All right, next is Furret. We're gonna throw in A tier. Despite its short legs, it is quick at hunting Rattata. We'll keep Furret in A tier for now. We might change it later. Skarmory. We're gonna put Skarmory in B tier. It battles with Corviknight for territory. Kingdra has fierce duels with Dragonite basically on sight. You could say S tier, but I think it's gonna be like top of A tier. We're putting Beautifly in B tier. It just steals from Combee. Sableye would be in A tier because it does seek out Tarbink, but it's really bad at it because Gabite eats it to the punch. B tier for bad. Zangoose and Viper. Their Pokedex entries are the exact same. They hate each other to an absolute T. Like, they're born out of the womb, just wanting to murder each other. Next are Kyogre, Groudon,
Rayquaza.
More Pokedex entries on Groudon's side hate Kyogre, but Kyogre has Pokedex entries that hate Groudon, and they just have epic duels. While with
Rayquaza,
it just kind of comes down and just says, hey, yo, stop it. And then they're like, oh, I guess we'll stop. Mothim just steals from Combee. Gastrodon. Honestly, Gastrodon is the reason why this list is even a thing. West and East Gastrodon see each other, it's like on site. And I think it's kind of nutty because that's beyond even just hating another species of Pokemon. That's hating your own kind. That's like some human level shit. Gastrodon's probably gonna sit nice and tight, probably top S tier. Ambipom has territorial disputes with Simian, but they like basically lose half the time. Then Lumineon, it just kind of competes for food. Not even like territory or like hardcore fights. It says its favorite food is Starmie. So that changes things a little bit. I'm throwing it in B tier. Weavile's Pokedex entries talk about it ripping apart Sandshrew and Vulpix and Alola. And then in Sword, talks about Weavile are able to take down Mamoswine. Put an A tier for Ambush Predator. Scolipede engage in fierce territorial battles with Centiskorch. At the end of one of these battles, the victor makes a miserable loser. So we're probably going to put Scolipede in A tier. Basculin's going to be in S tier. Because the only Basculin that doesn't refer to fighting each other is the White Stripe. They see a different color, they're like, rah. So they're the exact same thing as Gastrodon, except there's more of them. Basculin's probably the most racist on this list. Garbador, its sworn enemy is Muck. Another Pokedex entry refers to how Grimer like competes with it a whole lot. Sometimes it's how it be, sometimes, you know, sometimes the baby's stronger than you. I think A tier is fine. Whenever a Behem visits a farm, a double seriously disappears. It could be that it's stealing them. We're gonna put Behem in B tier. We're gonna put Bisharp in A. It competes with Fracture for like sharpening rocks, and they're pretty fierce battles, but you know, they're not seeking each other out or anything. Next is Mandibuzz. And Mandibuzz deliberately seeks out Cubone and uses Cubone's bones for their nests. I think Mandibuzz sitting in S tier makes a lot of sense. Heatmore. Heatmore deliberately targets Durant and just melts them. So inside, that's the sound of a Heatmore eating a Durant. Next is Gumshoes. We're gonna put Gumshoes in S because it deliberately destroys the Raticate line. Next is Galissopod. When Galissopod and Grapult battle, the loser becomes the winner's dinner. So yeah, we're gonna do A tier. And then finally, it's Cramorant. We're gonna put Cramorant in A tier. Using other Pokemon as weapons and eating them, I think that's reasonable A tier. Well, here's the final list. Yippee! Let me know what you would add to the list and how you would adjust the rankings.